I want to give you a virtual high five. High five. Hey everyone, I'm Lee. I'm Minivan Lee because I live in a minivan and I have for 7 years. This is my home. I live in a minivan. I love the minivan. Well, today I want to talk about a couple different things, but first I want to talk about being in van life. Van life is not going to save you if you haven't saved for van life. That's the truth. If you have like zero savings going on, you've been forced out of your apartment because you can't afford it anymore, or you thought, well, Minivan Lee can do it, and there's other van life YouTube creators that are making it look kind of glamorous, you know what I mean? And they say, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. But all of a sudden they find when they do get out there, they're like, oh my gosh, what if they start doing the what ifs? They don't have a backing of money. Now, your car, your van, whatever you're driving, your minivan might have really high mileage on it. And that means there's going to be some breakdowns going on, right? Now, if it's kind of a beat up vehicle, you're going to stick out. You're going to stick out like a sore thumb. And if you're out in residential areas and you're parking, I mean, people will be more apt to call and say, there's a car parked out on my street in front of my house or near my house, and we're kind of worried about it. We don't know what they're up to. They'll think you're up to no good, and that's psychology. I remember in one psychology class, I took psychology of criminology. And it is proven that police will stop and ticket a car that is more banged up or a really dirty car. They're more apt to pick them up than they are a really nice, newer, fancier, clean vehicle. So keep that in mind, everybody. You know, when I'm going to get on the highway, I always go wash my car first because I know what the statistics are. So I am concerned. I hope that I never made this look so glamorous, and I can't imagine I would, because I think I'm kind of real on this. I showed the good and the bad. I showed the beautiful and the ugly, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because this is not a bed of roses out here if you don't have money to back you up for emergencies, right? Now, what happens when you have to come out here? You know, there's some of you that you had to do it. Well, and you don't have the savings. Here's my solution. And I've talked about this before. It's the only solution that I have is you need to get a job. Stay where you're at. Don't start traveling around unless you have enough to get somewhere. Like Arizona has a higher minimum wage. So that would be better because you're going to be living in your van. You're going to be living in your vehicle, okay? So you don't have to pay rent. And if you're not driving that much, just you're driving to get somewhere, I would say Arizona is a good place to be, especially in the summer if you want to come up to Flagstaff or something like that, where there's cooler weather. But we do have a higher minimum wage. So if you want to get a job, I don't know, in Flagstaff, the minimum wage is even $18. But from what I'm hearing, there's not a lot of jobs available. Yeah, people are really wanting those jobs. And a lot of people came up here to get jobs because of the minimum wage, okay? So unless you have a really deep skill, you know, behind you. But wherever you are, then just stay where you are. Don't go anywhere because you know the area, and go work. Even if you have to work 2 jobs, make sure you're getting at least 40 hours per week, and you need to start stashing that money away. And I would do it. I seriously would do it until, if you can stash it all away, if it's going to take a year, then it's going to take a year. Okay? You're going to have to keep your expenses down. You want to make sure that your adult children are not borrowing money from you, taking your money. You're not letting your family use you for things. Look, we're on our own out here. Us seniors, we're on our own out here. We really basically are. And with things coming up, nobody knows what the future brings, so I won't even go into that. But we really do need to stand on our own, and you're going to have to take care of yourself. You really are. So when people want to come, your children want to take your money, or your grown parents want to take your money, or whatever, you need to say, I've got to take care of myself here. I don't even have a savings going on, so I can't help you right now. That isn't cold. That's taking care of your business, because you need to get out. You need to go somewhere. You need to be able to travel. If you're going to live in your vehicle, you need to be able to move with the weather. So you need to take care of yourself. So there's my suggestion, and that's what I got to say about that. Another thing I want to talk about today, I found the most interesting thing. It was 5 habits of a clean, organized person. Now, this is for everybody, but I'm going to relate this to the nomad life, right? Van life, okay? Okay, I found these interesting, and I'm going to relate them to me and a call to action for you, and relate to living in my minivan, because when I read them, I thought, wow, how does this apply to me? Okay. You take no shoes in your house. Is that what it says? Yes. You take no shoes in your home. Well, I did that when I lived in a home. Oh my gosh. My family practiced that. My immediate family, not my family that I grew up with. We walked in with our shoes all the time, and we walked around the house with our shoes, right? Although, did we? Well, not if they were in the winter. No, we took them off and put them outside, I guess. Okay. But in my home, and all my children's homes now, you take off your shoes. It's sort of like a Japanese thing, an Asian thing, I don't know. But if you consider people spit on the sidewalk, right? You got dogs peeing, you're walking in the grass, you've got, dog urine, you've got poop, you got poop. You just have a lot of germs on the bottom of your shoes. And so it was always a practice. It was a ritual in my home that you took off your shoes. I had a front porch and I had a back porch. So I took off my shoes before I ever went into the house. And, okay, how about your van? Well, a lot of people go in there with their shoes. But I don't. My shoes are, I call it below, where my pedals are in the driver's seat. I call that my little atrium, right? My house atrium. My shoes are off. Yeah, I'm barefoot. I don't bring my shoes back here at all. I mean, I don't want dried powdered spit or just dirt, urine, stuff like that. I don't want that in here. I try to keep a really clean place. So that was number 1. Of 5 habits of a clean, organized person. Okay. I don't know who made this up, but it's pretty good. Number 2, you make your bed every morning. I'm going to guess that most nomads every morning, they have to make their bed in some way. Even if you have a build out, you have a bed frame and you got things that you store under it, and you sleep on a bed frame with a memory foam, whatever, a mattress. I'm going to guess that you almost have to. I mean, this space is so small. But did I do that when I lived in a house? Oh, you bet. Yeah. I didn't do it right away. What I usually did was made my coffee, got up, and I always drank water. That was one of my habits. I drank a glass of water. I had a special glass because I lived alone. And I had a special glass, and that was my water container. And I would take it to my bed, and I usually had my phone or my laptop, and I would make my coffee, and I put it on my little table by my bed, and I would sit there, and I would look up, read scripture or whatever. Then I would get busy. But before I did that, once I got out of bed for good, it was made. It was just a ritual, and I made it look really nice. So in my van, I do that, and I have to. Because this is my living space. How would I be able to do anything? How would I be able to make my coffee if what am I going to do? Set my stove on top of my bed? No. No, I made my bed. So interesting. You can answer these. What do you think? Number 3, you straighten throughout the week to prevent clutter. Yeah, I'm going to guess. And I'm going to say for me, in my minivan, I have to do that. I mean, I have to. If I see a bunch of things sitting out, it drives me crazy. I can't think straight. And when I was in my house, and a lot of us in my family talked about it, and family friends, we would laugh about it. We'd go, I can't do anything if I know that my house is a mess, if things are out of place. I need to put things in place, then I can get busy with my day, whether it be writing. My daughter-in-law, she's a writer, and she, in order to get going for the day, she can't even think straight. And I've read that if you live in clutter and dirt, your mind is cluttered. I don't know if it's dirty. Maybe you got dirty thoughts going on if your house is dirty, but your environment tells yourself, if you want to look within, that was yesterday's video, look within, if it will tell you, look around, and it tells other people that if you live in clutter and dirt, you have a cluttered mind. You don't have an organized up mind, a logical, organized mind, okay? Now, I was kind of, just relating to me, I have this. I really like this. I got this, so I can put this here. I've got 2 containers that I can put glasses. This is my Nomad vision board, and I've got some lipstick gloss. I got a floss, and I've got my lip gloss here. But here's where I keep my jewelry that I take off, and I can put it there until I put it away. It's just something so small. And then in here is this stuff. It's just so small. It's minute thinking, but yet last night I was thinking, I was looking and go, I'm starting to accumulate jewelry there. I'm not putting it where it really does go because I only can wear so much jewelry. I'm not taking the time to actually put it away properly. So there's just little things. I like to do stuff like that so things do not clutter up. I usually do that in the morning after my bed or after I get myself ready, and then I get those little things done. Number 4, clean your bathroom and kitchen a few times per week. Do you just kind of maybe not really scrub the toilet, the inside of the toilet, but I maybe take a rag and kind of go over maybe the seat and the top and maybe the handle, and just kind of take a rag and just kind of wipe out the sink. I would almost, when I lived in a house, I would do that almost every morning after I worked because there'd be hair in there, toothpaste. Yeah, I wanted it to look nice when I walked back in and used it. Or what if somebody came over and they were going to wash their hands? So I would kind of wipe those things out. And of course, my kitchen. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you clean your kitchen. Wash out the sink. And then lastly, no dishes in the sink. And you clean as you go. When I cooked, I did that. I cleaned as I did dishes as I went. But I was thinking, how does that relate, the last 2, how does that relate to van life? Well, yeah, I wipe out on my bucket. When I dump my bag, I take alcohol, squeeze just a little bit in it, paper towels, and I wipe it out. And then I take my pee bottle, and I take that with alcohol water, and I wipe around the edge of it, where I kind of hover down on it, and the lid. So yeah, I do that, okay, every day. And what I need to do, and what you need to do often is, and I did it this morning because I thought about this, is really, before I make coffee, I took all of my items, and I got little items for different things. Like I drink my emergency out of here. I took all of my little things that I would drink out of, my dishes. that I don't clean as often as I should, and I laid them on my tray. I sprayed them with alcohol water, got my paper towels out, and I cleaned them. And I cleaned them well. So, yeah. You just want to go ahead and do your dishes a little bit more often for you nomad people. I know you do in your home, but for nomad people, sometimes it can be because we don't have the sink, okay? Okay, so those are 5 habits, characteristics of a clean, organized person. And living in a minivan, it's almost imperative, or any size van, it's imperative to stay organized and clean for your health and for your mental health too. Okay, so thanks for watching today. If you want to go to minivanly.com, if you want to help support me, I've got all kinds of amounts. $5 is fine if you can afford it. If you can afford it. It just helps support me and bring you these inspiring, informative videos, okay? And on Amazon, How to Live in a Minivan, The Minivan Lee Way. It's the book. Type in Minivan Lee and it will come up, okay? I love you guys. You guys go out and have a really good day and a good day tomorrow, whenever you're watching this. Tomorrow I'll have some more tips for you, okay? With van life and for life in general. Because how can you be happy as in van life if you're not happy up here normally? So I'm here to inspire you and encourage you and give you the truth, the real truth about van life. I love you. Bye.